I'm curious, you said that it's 5 times more difficult to reach this target audience. And I feel like that's even more of a reason to have something like Connect and Sell for outbound. Because if you're
Absolutely.
doing if you're
I
doing that manually, I can
I would
imagine
not
how
pick
much
up the
more
phone
difficult that is.
manually. Well,
Yeah.
after spending 8.5 years on Chris's team, regardless of what I'm doing, I wouldn't pick up the phone manually.
Mm.
That
From
was
a business
that was the
perspective.
question. Is there anybody still doing it old school? Just that
I have
one?
no idea. I wouldn't
Not
do it.
not for
It's
very
crazy.
not for very long, probably.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like saying that, I do stupid things, right? I do barefoot endurance running, so I ran from Reno to Lake Tahoe once to get a margarita, 32 miles over the mountain, but I wouldn't do it twice. It's like some things you do just to show you could do it. Maybe cold calling with your fingers might qualify as that. But we got kind of the opposite. We got a guy who always sets up his trade show work. His name's Scott Webb, chief sales officer over at Hub International, seventh largest insurance brokerage in the world. And the insurance world, they got big trade shows. Vegas is packed with these things.
Yeah.
And what he does is he just uses Connect and Sell from everywhere, including his mobile. I have videos of this guy coming off an airplane, walking down the jetway, and he's on his second conversation before he gets to the end of the jetway. And what does he do? He's setting up meetings with himself and whoever it is at the trade show. So he's just got he's got meeting lined up every minute that he's there. As he says, sales never sleeps. All set up just by talking to people.
Interesting.
Wow.
That's
great.
Can the product be customized? Because we have a lot of listeners right now that I can already think about, thinking about the light bulb just went off for them about their clients, and could that be a product offering or a service offering for them to offer their clients because that's still the Achilles heel, right? Of the trade show experience, the spend between the space, the cost of the exhibit structure, sponsorships, promotional items. The weak link continues to be that lead capture and really getting in front of the right people. There's a sea of no thank yous walking those aisles to find a potential yes, please. So anything, and we talk a great deal about the importance of pre-show promotion, driving qualified attendees to a meeting in your booth space. And I don't know that anybody does a great job of that. So that would be a really interesting, and you're saying you've got clients that do use it for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, they feel like it's a secret weapon. So that's always a problem with us. Everybody sees Connect and Sell as a weapon, not a tool. So they don't want to talk about it. I got a customer they have built $12 billion of attributable pipeline in 11 months of using Connect and Sell. You think they're going to talk about it? There's some competitor, they just yanked $12 billion out of the wallet, out of their mouth. They don't want to talk about it. So I'm kind of stuck talking about it. But for trade shows, to me, I've been doing shows since I feel like since I was a kid. I'm here at one right now. We're the diamond sponsor of this fantastic conference called Outbound. And in fact, I'm supposed to be in a mastermind thingy right now, providing some value there, but I'd rather be talking to you guys. Sorry, Jeb. And so I look at it like the most valuable single commodity in the world of business is last year's trade show attendee list for that show or any show like it. That's the single most valuable commodity because all you have to do is load it up and call it and do it with enough lead time that you can actually influence not only that they'll meet with you, but whether they'll attend. So as an exhibitor, you can actually become a driver of a selected attendance that's pre-wired to come and meet with you.
Right.
And that's magic. I mean, that's 2 for 1. And you did it in a 2-minute, 3-minute conversation.
Well, it's just good business to book those appointments to guarantee, to increase your ROI chance of then just whoever may just wander by or that you capture. Have you worked with any trade show exhibit companies like what Dan does, or like we're sort of like Dan? We build for people like Dan. We don't work with brands directly, but have you tried that and heard the story that Dan just said, which is it's 5 times harder because there's 300 companies calling on the same show list.
We haven't really. It's kind of a fragmented industry. It seems to have a lot of
is.
folks running around doing a lot of things. So I remember talking to the C-Vent people once about like, okay, you guys, you help folks put these things on. Why don't we make it part of the package that they could actually get the people they want there talking to them? I mean, that would sort of be the thing, right?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, well, we got it covered. We got it covered. They're going, well, okay. I don't like barking up, wrong trees. If it's a slippery grease pole, I won't climb it. I mean, I got plenty of business doing other things, but hey, maybe there's a breakthrough here, because frankly, I think it'd be the ultimate add-on service. And the ultimate add-on service is actually not to do the calling yourself, but you work with somebody like, I got this company called Branch 49 off in Phoenix, Arizona. And they're an extremely unusual outsourced calling shop. They use ConnectAndSell, but they also are training future CEOs. So the quality of the people they have is extremely high. We call it finishing school for future CEOs. They come out of Grand Canyon University. They're the top entrepreneurship students, and they spend a couple of years learning from the master how to cold call, how to have conversations with strangers. Number one CEO skill, having an effective conversation with a stranger with no preparation. If there's anything that characterizes a CEO, that's it right there. And they learn how to do it and they master it. And so if you combine that with any other thing about trade shows, you kind of have magic. And these guys write a script that's beyond the little script Dan and I use. They write a thing called a screenplay, a face melting screenplay that causes people to actually want to act. So there's things yet to be done. We just know people answer the phone if you make enough calls. We make, by the way, $52 million a year that we navigate. So it's not a trivial matter.
Wow.
That's insane.